Greetings, rivals. Brucey Goosey here, and today I am going to
Greetings again, rivals. Sorry about that. This is certainly Brucey Goosey and not Professor Aaron, and this is certainly Amanda.
This isn't gonna work. She's a girl and I'm not.
Well, you're a man. Duh. Just go with it.
Okay.
And we certainly didn't just drop a piano on Brucey Goosey to hijack his stream. But we did want to tell you about all these cards post-rotation that we're going to miss. Our biggest losses that Brucey Goosey and Amanda are going to miss.
The first big loss is going to be a lot of fire support with Blacephalon, Victini, Turtonator, Fiery Flint, Heat Factory, and Lysander. These top three are great when you need to do big damage really quickly, with Turtonator and Blacephalon discarding energy, and Victini taking it from the discard and putting it into the deck. Fiery Flint grabbed you 4 fire energy from the deck from discarding 2 cards, and allowed you to set your welders up. Heat Factory lets you discard a fire energy and draw 3 cards, which was great to get started. And Lysander Prism Star was a very nice card against decks like Mewbox to stop all potential attackers.
Well, my first card that I'm going to miss is Pachirisu. I remember back when Ultra Prism first released, I had this brilliant idea. I was going to pair this Pachirisu with Bridget and Raichu GX, using that powerful spark for 20 plus 20 more damage for every electric energy on the bench. And this was going to be my absolute winning strategy. I took it to one league night, and it bombed. It was horrible.
I remember that.
And it never worked, and I put it away. And then about a year later, a couple new cards came out with this Emolga, allowing you to get a bunch of Pokemon with a Nuzzle attack onto your bench. And this Raichu released with the same powerful spark, 20 times the amount of damage, and it made this deck work. And it was a single prize attacker, which made it a much better deck and much more viable. Played the heck out of this. I love this deck. Unfortunately, I don't see it ever working in Expanded. I think
Just
it just
too much bench spread.
too much bench spread. It takes way too much time to set up. It's just not going to work, so I don't think this is a deck we're ever going to see again, but I'm going to miss it.
On the topic of lightning Pokemon, we've lost things like Electro Power, Volkner, Zeraora GX, and Thunder Mountain Prism. Electro Power was just good to take big one-hit knockouts. Volkner and Thunder Mountain were amazing when it came to setting your cards up turn 1 into turn 2. And Zeraora got you out of sticky spots where you had something stuck in the active, you could just put 1 electric energy on and retreat into your attackers.
The next thing that I'm going to miss was another one of my favorite decks to play, and that was Gramble. The all-out attack for 1 fairy energy allowed you to do 160 damage, provided you had no cards in your hand, and came up with all kinds of creative ways to get rid of cards in your hand. Unfortunately, it is going away, and again, not something I think could really work and Expanded very well.
Yeah, you used a lot of weird cards in that, like Fiery Flynn. I think
Fiery
you'd fail
Flynn.
Ultra Balls.
You name it, whatever I could do to Mysterious Treasure. I used.
Yeah, I remember those. My next pick is going to be Lusamine and Oranguru. These cards were great for recycling cards, which made really good archetypes in Mill and Stall, so you could recycle your cards like Bellaba Bryson Man, Crushing Hammers, and even Enhanced Hammers at some points. Sadly, Lusamine is not going to be going to Expanded because it's been banned and expanded because of some infinite combo thing.
The next thing I am going to miss is Lost March. This deck saw a couple different resurgences over the last couple years since Lost Thunder was released. Different cards added to it, changed up a little bit that made it really work. And there are a couple cards in here. This is kind of the core here with the Natu, the Jumpluff, and the Trumbeak, and then the Lost Blender to get your cards in the Lost Zone. A lot of people used it with Professor Elm, who is also going away. And I think one of the biggest losses of this entire rotation has to be Netball. We're losing Netball, which is a huge hit to every grass deck. It really did give you a leg up when you were playing grass, because if you needed a Pokemon, you got it. You need energy, you got it. It was a really, really nice card to have, so we'll miss all of these cards.
I did notice this rotation seems to be taking a lot of direct search out.
It is.
My next card is going to be a Skateboard. This card was really good for setup because you could attach it to your Jirachi and Matri, even though your Jirachi's ability, Stellar Wish, which got you looked at the top 5 cards in your deck and picked a trainer, put itself to sleep, you could still attach in a Skateboard and go into your attacker to take early knockouts.
Next thing I'm going to miss is Beast Box. Now, I'm probably in the majority here, or excuse me, in the minority here, because a lot of people are not going to miss this deck.
I know I'm not.
Because you had to do so much math to figure out what your damage actually was, because depending on how many of these you had, what they had on them, whether I was using metal goggles or a metal frying pan, just blocking a whole bunch of damage, and then bring out the Beast Raid Naganadal GX for a single energy, doing 20 damage times the number of Ultra Beasts in play, was just a great, easy attack. Really, really hard shell. I had a little success. I want to say I came in, I definitely top 16 in a cup with this. I think, which is probably my best finish of this year. I had a top 16 in a cup. I don't know that it was this last season or the season before.
I think it was the season before.
But right when this first came out, I had a lot of success with it. So I'm going to miss these 2 cards.
Another card that we didn't grab, but I thought of as you were saying that, is we lost Beast Ring.
We did lose Beast Ring.
That was like the comeback card.
It was.
My final pick is going to be Cynthia. This card really did carry the draw support for a few sets, because right when Professor Sycamore and N rotated, she was the only one left. Well, apart from Tate and Liza, which is also going. This card was really good, though it saw less and less play as cards like Marnie, Sightseer, and Professor's Research all came out. So it saw less and less play, but it still is going to be missed.
The last thing I'm going to miss is going to be all of the psychic support. You were talking about directed search. You had Mysterious Treasure that you could basically search out any psychic Pokemon.
And dragons.
And dragon Pokemon. You had Malamar, which just was great for discarding energy and then getting it back onto your benched Pokemon. Malamar Giratina was a huge hit. Won a lot of tournaments with that deck. And lastly, Naganadal, which again put energy from the discard pile onto itself. And I want to say I used this a lot with Baby Blounds. This and Baby Blounds was a really, really fun deck to play, because you could discard all your energy with Baby Blounds and then turn right around and put it right back onto it. So
yeah, and Reshiram and Zekrom, that one too.
Reshiram and Zekrom, another good one. So again, the psychic support, I'm sure you will be seeing these in expanded, but we will no longer have these in standard.
A couple honorable mentions are going to be Acrobike, though I do think this card's going to be coming back in the upcoming sets. For now, it's in expanded. It was a really good card for thinning, as well as added consistency to all your decks.
And I have one last honorable mention, and that is Rayquaza GX. Although it never really saw the success that we were all expecting it to, definitely saw some play, definitely some tech cards in different decks. Even Lost March that we were talking about, I saw this as a tech card once in there. So, or excuse me, Nuzzle we were talking about as a tech card for Nuzzle. So definitely there, and we both have at one point built expanded decks around this card and did quite well for ourselves with it. So I think you're still going to see it. It never really got the standard love that it, I think, deserved. It never just quite lived up to the expectation, but was still a lot of fun. So there you have it. This has been Brucey Goosey and Amanda, or if you haven't figured it out, it's actually
Caleb
and Professor Aaron. Team Shadow taking over the live stream for Rivals of Red. Want to thank you so much for watching, and we hope to catch you again real soon. If you like this video, make sure to like the page and subscribe for more videos on the Pokemon trading card game.